Heartbreaking moment for England. It has not come home. It has gone to Rome. Italy are the new champions of the Euros 2020 in here. Rokani Sports channel it is. Please subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Italy coming up, showing their masterclass, showing that experience is best. It doesn't beat. Experience can beat anything into this world, and Italy using the experience they have in there to really win this one from England. England having a very young squad, looking young in there, but all I can assure you is that that's the game of football. It's made for agony and ecstasy in there. There is always a moment of enjoying the game when you are the winner and celebrating, and there is always that moment of crying, especially if you are the loser. This is Rokani Sports bringing you the story of England losing out to Italy into the final at Wembley. One of the most saddening moments is that losing at home is one of the most saddening moments, because England is one of those teams that really have been blessed to play the final at home and in Wembley. And guess what happened? England playing at Wembley and they lose to a team which goes by names of Italy. It's something bad. It's something bad because they really scored fast through Luke Shaw. And remember, Luke Shaw is a Manchester United player, and Luke Shaw really gave England a lead in the second minute of the game, making a record being the first player to score the fastest goal in the Euro final in there. So that is Luke Shaw in there for you. So Italy really being a very good team, and when it comes to game management, it's really a great team in there. And for me, I really pity a player who goes by the names of Bukayo Saka, though he's an Arsenal player. I really pity him because very young, missing a penalty, and I'm just imagining how he's really going to come up and step up at this moment, because he really looks to be a great player to be and become, but he has missed out a penalty, and you know what that means. It means something different altogether. Italy are winners of the Euros and they take it home in there. And I don't have a lot to talk about this game because it looks like it was written all over, because when England was really given a lead, there is the way they really never came up really to show to it that they are really they are wanting to go ahead and win this game. They are not threatening at all. They are just defensive. And I asked myself, why are they onto the pitch? The coach delayed to really make substitutions. I think Mason Mount played a lot of minutes. That's what I can say. Grealish coming on really did up and did the needful. Coffee Fish, how are you? Thank you for watching in. I think Grealish had something new on the pitch. I think he was late to come onto the pitch. So I think England, on my case, I think they really did their best. England reaching the final, their first final in the 55 years. I think it's something great. It's something great. England are winners. England are winners. Even though they've not won this one, but they are winners, because look at the generation they are having. They don't have experienced players with them, but they went ahead to do the needful and reach the final. Yes. So they put up a spirited fight against Italy, and I don't want to hear anyone coming out and saying that so and so missed a penalty, we should come out and do this to him. Oh my. Let's not judge players, because guys, penalties are here to be missed. I'm having Adam Talk Sport says, I hate Italy. You shouldn't hate it. This is a game of football. This is a game of football, guys. It's a game of football because there was always supposed to be a winner and a loser. And this time round, it has come to England, and England have lost, and Italy have won it. And guess what? When it comes to penalties, there is no sure deal, because it's supposed to go either way. When you look at Donnarumma saved 2 and Pickford saved 2, that shows you that if at all England had really netted 2 of its penalties in, then it would have been a different story altogether. But you know, penalties, you remember Manchester United fans in the UEFA Europa League final, 10 penalties taken in by Manchester United. David De Gea comes it and he bottles it for United. So anything can happen as far as the game of penalties is concerned. I'm really sorry for England supporters in there, because I know what it feels. I know what it feels, especially when you're in a final, missing out on a final. It's really something bad to lose a final. And when you look at how things are really going and through, I've seen England players cry, Declan Rice cry, but if there are positives into this, I think this is something that is really taking England. This is something that is really taking England to the next level, guys. One, England, England is having a young squad. When you look at the players that they are, I think their average age is like 24, 25. So that means that squad can go for the next 8 years. Yes, it can go for the next 8 years. So that squad is really good enough, and England's really held for a very big future and bright future, according to me, because there are very many players that are really good that have not yet been included in the squad. Madison was not into these, and very many others. And I think England is really producing quality players nowadays, and I think they're really going to go out there. Mason Greenwood himself is really going to come, because when you look at Mason Greenwood, the heartbeats that he has, Harry Kane does not have them. He's a good finisher. He's good at taking off players. He's not this Harry Kane who's really going to stand there and really come through. He cannot really take off players like Mason Greenwood. So I think England's really having its destined for winning more trophies. This is just the start. And by the way, this is going to be something good for England, because I think they've now tested the meaning of a final, and I think each and every time they'll be playing into any game, they'll be wanting to go ahead and play a final and go to the final and win. Adam Talk Sports saying, why didn't Chiellini get sent off? I think the player who was supposed to be sent off was Jorginho. Jorginho really did a very bad foul on a man who goes by the name of Jack Grealish, and I think Jorginho was supposed to be sent off. Chiellini was given a yellow card for getting hold a player who goes by names of Saka. The referee who really was into this final really was a referee who never made a lot of calls, especially when fouls were made. He always left them to be fouls, and he never really called them off. So I never expected to see a red card into this one, because in the first half he never really issued out a yellow card. Yet there are very many fouls on English players in there, and no cards were really offered to them. So I think the referee really did his great. He officiated the game very well, according to me. It was really officiated very well, and I think when it comes to penalties, there is no way you can come out and blame anyone. I don't blame any English player. I don't blame Rashford. I cannot blame Bukayo Saka. I cannot blame Jordan Sancho for missing out on penalties. There is no way I can blame them on missing out, because this is what we've seen this. And Gary Neville has come out and said something that I really want to read to you in here. He came out and said that gone are the days when people were blaming people for missing penalties. That's what Gary Neville said. Yes, those are gone are the days. The boys have done great. England has done great. I'm proud of my fellow Manchester United players in there who have been playing for England. Though only two have gotten some enough playing time in there, Sancho and Rashford not utilized as they're supposed to be utilized. But I'm 100% happy, because guys, reaching a final, it's not something easy. It's always sad, but England is really at a level, because very people you say you win the Champions League because your teams really have other teams, other players from other countries in. But this time around, England has gone ahead to reach the Euros. And guys, if at all England played the World Cup and ended and stopped onto the semi-final, this time around England is playing the final into the Euros. Do you know what is going to happen next? Because next year it's World Cup. And guess what England is going to do? England might win it. They might win it. And by the way, there is something that I think, if at all England was playing away from home, I think they would have won it, because pressure would have been limited. But a lot of pressure was piled on England, and the players really, Wembley in there when English player supporters are in there. So to me, I think it's not something bad for England. It's really a very good positive that I've seen in England, and I like to see them proceed. Gareth Southgate, though he should improve on the defensive game, because he defended close for 70 minutes. Almost 90 minutes he was playing a defensive game. Yet he had players that could come up and open up the game for a team which goes by names of England, and they really attacked Italy, because Italy looked like, by the time they attacked the 66 minutes they were behind England. They are really opened up. And if at all England really had a very good game plan, they would really close them in and really get that goal in. But that wasn't possible by a team which goes by the names of England. So to me, I think all in all, it's okay for England to be a second runner-up, young squad. Let them really get back better. I'm only worried for a player who goes by the name of Bukayo Saka, who missed out on a penalty young age. So I don't know how it's really going to happen into his. But all I can tell you is that Italy are the champions of the Euros, and right now I'm going to sign out. Thank you, Coffee Fish, Adam Talk Sports. Thank you for watching in. Please smash a like on the video. England are really come up second into this first run up into this tournament. But I can let you know that football is all about winning and losing. If it's a final, there must be a loser, there must be a winner. So that's what I can tell you guys. England are into a difficult moment, but their spirits will be lifted up. Euros are done. United is playing its first pre-season match, I think against Derby next Sunday. 7 days from now, we are really going to watch United play again. Now we get to know Sancho is going to be unveiled as a Manchester United player. That is happening again. We know the shirt number is going to be given. Is Cavani going to be taken off the shirt number 7? That is something else. Pogba's situation at Manchester United. Rafael Varane coming to United, yes or not. Camavinga, is he coming in there? And very many other things concerning Manchester United. They are really going to happen anytime from now. So to me, I feel like Euros are done. Let's get back to our usual business. Manchester United strictly onto this channel, and very many more stories that really come through. The predicted lineup, the watch-alongs of United, what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says, who is going, who is leaving. Anton Martial has just returned back in Manchester from France. That means tomorrow is going to join his fellow teammates to train. So I think we have lots of things to talk about, and I think tomorrow we are starting off something big and better, as England really put up a spirited fight, but a team which goes by names of Italy has stopped them from winning their first trophy since 55. But having played after 55 years without playing a final, and playing it after 55 years, it's something great for England. I give them a 5-finger salute, England. 5-finger salute, 5-finger salute, England players. You've really made your country great. And I think that age that you're having, you're really going to cause more havoc to other teams, especially in the World Cup that is happening next year in Qatar. Thank you guys for watching in. This is Auradi. I'm signing out for now. See you later tomorrow as we start off our usual. We are starting with a breakfast show, a breakfast sports show. I think it's coming up with effect from tomorrow as we tell you things about Manchester United, Rashford, because there are things that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to tell us. Rashford, the players of United that have been the Euros, how much time is he going to give them for rest? Because Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Sancho, and Marcus Rashford, what time is Ole giving them to rest? So we have to know about all that. We have to know the future of David De Gea and Dean Henderson. So, and very many other things that we're really going to be putting up on this channel, because you really need to know. Smash a like on the video, comment and share. Subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in on daily. I'm RD. I'm out for now. Congratulations, Italy. Big up. Hard luck